I've been hearing a lot of sentiment lately about retiring Peter Parker in favor of promoting Miles Morales, and I'm here to tell you why I think that's a bad idea. There are a handful of complaints arguing this position, and I've got a rebuttal for each.
The one I hear most often is Peter deserves to be happy. Just let him be happy. And yeah, he does. And he usually is, more or less. Y'all are just hung up on the most recent run of Amazing Spider-Man, but there will be other stories if you let them. Dude was dead ass a billionaire like 6 years ago. Every character has their ups and downs. It's part of the journey. And while Spider-Man's downs can feel extra heavy, it's only because he is, at his core, a tragic character motivated by guilt. 2. There are no more stories to tell with Peter, and there definitely won't be if you take him off the shelf, but I completely disagree with this. Peter has been a hero, a pseudo-villain, a clone, a billionaire, a time traveler, a multiverse hopper, an Avenger, a Fantastic Four, shit, he's even taught at the X School. He's done a lot, and he can do more, but only if you let those stories be written. Peter should retire and mentor Miles. This completely undermines Miles' story. While in the movies, Peter quickly becomes his mentor, comics Miles had to learn on his own. He's independent, and while he teams up and crosses over with other characters a lot, he's ultimately a solo character. Forcing him into a protege role undermines all the confidence and independence he has worked to achieve in the decade before he even graced the silver screen. Number 4, they don't let Peter grow up, and that's just not true. Marvel has a sliding timeline that compresses its entire continuity into 14 years, and to get hard canon about it, no matter what year it is in real life, the Fantastic Four got their powers 14 years ago, and everything that has happened since then has been within those 14 years. I think it's cool. I can understand why it might confuse or annoy some other readers, but of all the timeless characters, Peter has been one of the very few to actually age. The other big ones are like the OG X-Men and Kitty Pryde with a few more sprinkled around, but like we first meet Peter in high school, we see him off to college, and now he's an adult. That's exactly what y'all want, right? The only problem is he can't out-age Reed Richards. It would simply break the continuity too much. Miles is more popular amongst the next generation. You mean those kids who don't buy comics because they don't have money because they don't have a job? Like, okay. And like, so what if it appeals to a different demographic than Peter? I think that's great. We can literally have the best of both worlds. Which brings me to my final point. Too many Spider-Men is confusing. Tell me you've never been to a comic book store without telling me you've never been to a comic book store. Here are the currently running Spider-Man and Spider-Man related comic books that I'm reading. We've got The Amazing Spider-Man. We've got Spider-Man. We've got Miles Morales Spider-Man. We've got Spider-Man India. We've got Extreme Venomverse. We've got Hollow's Eve. We've got Red Goblin. And we've got Misery. And that's not including what I'm not reading, such as the Spider-Gwen book, the Spider-Man 2099 book, Edge of Spider-Verse, Venom, Venom Lethal Protector, Carnage, and like probably more that I'm not even aware of. My point is, none of these stories invalidate each other. They can and do coexist without a problem. If you don't want to read about Peter, there are a dozen other spider-related options to choose from. We can have our cake and eat it too. Just like, don't take it away from the people who want to read more Peter. I also just want to point out that in Spider-Man India #1, Peter comments on how nice it is that Peter and Miles have each other, and he's right. Y'all keep repeating, anyone can wear the mask. But y'all forget that also means everyone can wear it too. Personally, I like Miles, and I love the Spider-Verse movies, and I love that he is getting like a new generation into comics. I have no qualms with the character at all. But like, Miles is a kid with kid problems, and I'm an adult with adult problems. So like, we can have adult Spider-Man and we can have kid Spider-Man, and I just don't think either one of them has to take away from the other. What do you think? Tell me down in the comments. What should we do with Peter Parker? Obviously, I think we should let him keep on trucking, but I'm in the minority, it feels like.